I was just talking about this. I'm telling you, they want to bring in as many people as possible. And if they do, that's going to result in an explosion in price. There's no way. There's no way that it doesn't. So how many people are supposed to be on Earth, right? Like, I'm not saying we're going to take all of them and put them, have them utilizing DLT. No, I don't know. But let's say we take a huge chunk of that, right? And it's going to be pushed by the legacy system. This is not going to be something that's pushed just by the fintechs, DLTs. No, it's going to be pushed by the legacy system. So they're going to bring a lot of their customers on the chain. Now, this little statement right here tells you how they think and how big everything is going to be. Listen to this. This is what it says. We're headed toward a future where tokenization provides consumers greater control over their data. I was just talking about this. See, they're going to lure people in, right? With, hey, you control your data now. You custody your own things. We want you to be in charge. That's how they're going to play it. Right now, they're pushing the other way. They're allowing the reputations. They don't have to. They're allowing the reputations of the banks to be sullied. They're showing the people through mainstream media that the banks are getting hacked. They're allowing people's social security numbers to get stolen. They're allowing their bank accounts to get drained dry. They're allowing this information out so that it turns the people to the new system. You understand? All so that they can turn around and say, hey, listen, we know you guys don't trust us. Here's a wallet that you control. Still do business with us, but we want you to feel secure. We want you to feel control. And the people will bite that. Because this is an age where people want to be independent. They want to be in control more, and they have a huge lack of trust. That distrust of the legacy system is skyrocketing, but they noticed that a long time ago. They knew this was going to come. They're going to use it to their advantage to bring people to the new financial system. Let me read that one more time. There's more. There's more. It says, we're headed toward a future where tokenization provides consumers greater control over their data and how they want to work with enterprises, giving them the okay, for example, to share offers or insights, and even how consumers might be, quote, scored, unquote, for a new line of credit, Lambert said. This is coming from Master. This is an article about MasterCard from the CPO of MasterCard from payments.com, okay? The tokenization of assets has been finding a wider berth with financial services companies. Things are advancing rapidly. And the next article is going to show you even more that they're ready to expand rapidly. Remember I said there was a rush, there was a push. I phrase this in a lot of different ways. They're confirming that. There is a time period coming where we're about to see rapid development and deployment like we've never seen before. And one of the parts of that is because they're starting to get done with their testing. A lot of it, don't get me wrong, this is just phase one. And I think they say that somewhere here. But because they're getting done with phase one, it's time for phase two, and people are not ready for phase two. This is the tokenization of assets has been finding a wider berth with financial services companies such as real estate, land titles, or carbon credits, stocks, bonds, as the transactions are safer with tokenization than with analog processes. Look how they're framing it, right? You might think they're alone in this. They're not. I just don't have time to cover everything. MasterCard will be bringing tokenization to multiple new markets. Okay, listen. When they speak, they're speaking in generalities. The entirety of this sphere feels the same way. They're all moving in one direction towards mass tokenization, mass adoption of DLT technology. There's no way around it. But wait. You might think that's it. No, it's not. Look at this right here. We have another article here. This one's from ledgerinsights.com. It's titled ECB DLT Settlement Trials. Halabas WeBank issues registered bond on public blockchain. But there's an interesting part I want to read to you, folks. Things are starting to heat up. And I'm telling you, we're getting to a point in the future. There's a certain point we're going to reach. You're going to see a massive amount of activity. I'm all for it. It's a great time period to be a researcher. It is. Quote, the experience gained from this project opens up new possibilities. That's expansion. That's expansion and the realization that, oh, this is real now. Oh, We can dominate with this, that there's something new, that everything's transforming and they're accepting it. Before, everything was conceptual. Now it's not conceptual. Now it's reality. They've tried this stuff out with real people now. But wait, the experience gained from this project opens up new possibilities for the further development of existing financial products. That's expansion. They haven't done it yet. It says opens up new possibilities. So they haven't done it yet. It's to come, just like I've been saying. When? That's the question. When is it going to come? What have their timelines been saying? In one of the members only videos, did you see that latest members only video, by the way, that I released? You want to go check that out. It was like a day ago. But anyway, in one of the other ones, a little while back, one of these professional companies was giving out timelines. But wait, let's keep going. This minimizes existing financial products in conjunction with innovative technologies, quote unquote. Wait a minute. You know, it's very interesting that they try to remain vague, even though at the beginning of the article, they're talking about DLT. The article is literally titled ECB DLT settlement trials. So for them to say innovative technologies, we know they're talking about distributed ledger technologies, blockchain, crypto. This minimizes risk and optimizes processes for both us and our investors, unquote. What do they mean by that? Minimizes risk and optimizes processes. All of this results in value. What they're risking is value. So if there is no risk, the value flows smoothly without incident. Optimizes processes. That's the continuous flow. The processes equal the continuous flow, whether it's the continuity of smart contracts, the continuity of having value be able to flow 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It's all about continuity, right? That's the optimization of processes. That's what it results in. And so what it boils down to is that a massive amount of value will be flowing through these systems. Now, here's the thing that I should have put at the beginning of the video to reiterate. When we're looking at these things that MasterCard is doing, that the ECB is doing, that China is doing, the Latin America is doing, keep in mind, and I went to ChatGPT just to give you a little bit of source. And even ChatGPT said they lack interoperability. ECB, siloed system. MasterCard, siloed system. These systems in China, siloed, fragmented. They don't have global interoperability. And that is key. Now, who does have true global interoperability? Once again, we have to stay on that. That's where the money is going to come from. Ripple has true global interoperability. Ripple, Stellar, Quant, Algorand, Flare, Chainlink, Solana, LCX, Zenfin, XDC. There's only a few. There's not a whole lot. So then it continues here. Let's see. So this was coming from Christian Forma, head of treasury of a WeBank. Things are changing rapidly. An explosion. A massive explosion is coming. I can only tell you what I'm thinking at the moment. That's exactly what popped in my head. I'm reading this. I'm saying to myself, what? Wow. The potentiality continues to grow and become more and more confirmed with each bit of research that we're uncovering. But wait, let's go here. Now, this is a little bit of fun information, in my humble opinion. But is it possible? Sure. I think a large piece of this is definitely possible. But I think it's more likely that Swift will work with Ripple, will utilize XRP to some extent. I think we're going to see a conglomeration of systems. I've said this for years. You're starting to see it happen. You see Swift working with Chainlink. They're working with R3. Ripple is the best of the best at what they do. Why would they not work with them in the future? They don't have to. We don't need them. But I think it's very logical and reasonable. This article is titled, "Here's XRP Price If It Is Able to Fully Replace Swift." I don't think that we need to. I don't think we're going to fully replace Swift. Listen, The legacy system, because they do have power, for sure, they're going to have their place. Unfortunately, I know folks, I'm the same way. I would rather dominate without them. I don't much like the legacy system at all. But they have their place. We can't completely get rid of them. They're going to be there. So completely replace them? No. But have them congeal with us? Yes, I think that's a great possibility. But let's read what this article writer has to say. Let's take a look at some of these numbers, and then we can whittle them down if we want to. Each individual has to do that on their own, obviously. If XRP fully replaced SWIFT as the primary system for international financial transfers, its price could potentially rise massively. It would rise massively. There's no if. If it did that, it would. XRP boasts impressive utility in the payment sector due to the attractive features of the underlying blockchain. Of course, we know that. We want to hear the numbers. That's what we're here for. We're not here to play around. We're not here to play any games. Let's get to those numbers. It says, consequently, market commentators suggest XRP's potential could be unlocked if it witnesses an increase in adoption. The time is coming. It's just a matter of time. We have a few more things to get through first. We have a lot of things in development with time. Just like Christopher Waller said, things are going to take time. But he didn't praise the legacy system. He praised the private sector, right? The fintechs. Says others have asserted that the token could eventually capture a chunk of the payment volume handled by SWIFT. Yeah, I agree with it. Is that possible? Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's definitely possible. If you're going to say, is it going to completely take over everything? No, I don't think they would allow that at all. I don't think Ripple needs to do that. Volante Tech or SBI needs to do that at all. We have a very, very special position that we need to max out. And if we do max that out, I think that what we will do, independent of dominating SWIFT completely, it'll be a beautiful thing. SWIFT handles over $5 trillion in daily transactions. What if we took just a little piece of that? Just a little piece of that. Are people realizing that? A little piece of that will make it explode. We're not just trying to do remittances, B2B cross-border payments, interbank payments. That's all great. We also do real tokenization of real world assets as well. I mean, there's a lot of value, a lot of things we do, and there's a lot of different value pools that we're going to reach into. We're nowhere near a one-trick pony. But let's keep going on. It says here, this translates to around 1.25 quadrillion annually. Let's scroll. I'm trying to scroll down. I want to get to this this price that they're talking about. Hurdles XRP must overcome to rival SWIFT. The SEC, listen, get past the SEC this one last time, and you're completely in the clear. The banks will gobble XRP up. The commercial banks want to survive. The central banks are now juggling with the decision do they want to go directly to the customer, step on the commercial bank's toes. The commercial banks know this. They don't like that. So they're looking for a way to control everything for themselves. Keep their customers, not be cut out by the central banks and not even take that chance. They want that. They want to grow rapidly and not continuously be absorbed and gobbled up by the bigger banks as well. So they're looking for something like this, and they need better offerings to their customers. So once we get in the clear of the SEC, I think the rise of XRP will be easy once that occurs. I'm just being honest. I mean, plenty of people are going to disagree with that. I'm fine with that. And to each his own. I only speak for myself, not financial advice. I only represent me. But let's keep going here. It says, so then they actually reference the SEC and getting past that. Regarding scalability, SWIFT handles vast transaction volumes daily. And for XRP to compete, the XRPL must scale to process this volume reliably. I'm not worried about that at all. We're making rapid advancements every single day. David Schwartz told everybody that. As a matter of fact, we haven't even gotten an update in months when they said that they were going to be deploying and working on deploying and advancing a lot of these advanced mechanisms that are a part of the XRPL. They can roll those out anytime that they want, but why do it now when everything's not being fully utilized? I think they're holding back for that moment when everything is in the clear. And you're going to see a run, the likes of which you've never seen before. That's how I feel about that. I believe that's what they're doing. Same reason they don't make a lot of announcements. Why make them now? It's not time yet. It would be pointless to do it now. So they do make announcements from time to time, but I think the major ones, they're holding it back until they're fully in the clear. Makes perfect sense to me. So now XRP price. Finally, we're getting to the bottom of this thing here. XRP price if replaced Swift. It's a little bit of a typo there, Mr. Writer. It says if XRP handled 5 to 10% of Swift's transaction volume, potentially amounting to $125 trillion, its market cap would need to rise massively. To hell with market cap. I'm just tired of hearing about that. It doesn't matter when it comes to this. It doesn't matter. As you see, I mean, it's if we're going to talk numbers and it's going to move that much, let's say it does. Then let's just get to the numbers of how much the price of XRP is going to be. You're talking about the potentiality of it. Okay, let's just get there. We don't have to talk about any market cap. I mean, what's the point? Do you believe that market cap limits XRP? Oh, it's an possible market cap. Given what it's supposed to do, utility, or any of these utility coins, that market cap stops it somehow. If it doesn't stop it somehow, it's irrelevant. If it doesn't limit it somehow, it's irrelevant. That's how I feel about it. Now, some estimates place this market valuation at a reasonable figure of $10 trillion, much more than the broader crypto market cap. It doesn't matter. Crypto's still in this baby stage, nascent phase. Market cap of $10 trillion could push the price of XRP into the hundreds of dollars. Considering the circulating supply of 100 billion tokens, such a figure would lead to an XRP price of $100. I mean, if it does what they're alleging here, right? And of course, they're just playing the game of ideas. Then sure, $100 is not unreasonable. Sure. If XRP fully replaced Swift, like I said, I don't believe it's actually going to do that. But they're saying if it fully replaced Swift, right, and there's people that are interested in this kind of information, prices could reach the ambitious $1,000 level. Like I said, we're taking a piece of trillions from interbank payments, a piece of trillions from B2B, regular cross-border payments, also piece of the trillions from that. Custodying, we have that running across here. Payroll, we're going to have that running across. RWA tokenization of every kind, all types of commodities, a lot of different things. A piece of those trillions, right? I mean, so when you add all of that up, I mean, where do we end? Where does it all end? Where does it all go, right? That's the big question that we're all looking at. One of the reasons why we do research, right? All right, but nonetheless, when we boil all this down to its essence, what do we get? XRP is super bullish. That's what we get. I don't know why my thing always... I notice that sometimes, like I lean forward, my sleeve just curls up like that. It just sticks out in my mind like a thorn every once in a while. Oh, well, I'm just going to leave it. It is what it is, folks. Now, let's move on here. I believe that, we're going to skip one article here. I thought we had oh, we do have a Solana article. Okay, let's get to the Solana article, right? If it'll move. Come on now. What's going on here? Technology giving me a hard time lately, folks. Oh, also, my apologies for the double video yesterday. Folks, I don't know what's going on. There's been some strange things going on with my technology, right? And I put that the first video that I released yesterday, I put it for release on Friday. It did not release. I know I put it for release. It did not release. So I'm like, well, I did all this hard work. And trust me, folks, I work hard on these videos. I do. I put in the energy. So I'm like, well, I want this video to get out, you know. And so I put it out like 6 o'clock or something like that. I still put out the regular Saturday video, regular time, right? That's why that happened. All right. So now, Standard Chartered exec says Solana could pump 400%. It says, so listen, a lot of these big institutions are very bullish on Solana. And I am as well. Solana is one of the year's best performing altcoins, recording a price increase of over 500% within the past year. Really? Oh, no, I'm right. They're right. I was like 500%. And then I had to think back of where we purchased Solana originally. And I'm like, oh, man. I told people Solana was bullish. They told me Solana was dead. They told me all in the comment section. They were getting on my case when I said this was a while back when Solana was very, very low in the teens. It was in the teens at the time, right? And I was talking about how I had just became bullish on Solana. I saw a lot of the big companies praising it. I saw and then If you remember, I saw a lot of the what do you call them, founders, CEOs, whatever you call them, the people at the forefront of Solana, talking very confidently in combination with a lot of the praise they were getting from these companies. I said, wait a minute, I think Solana is going to do something. And it did. And now you see where it is, you know. Even when it comes down now, the people who got in back then are up brilliantly. It says, however, the Standard Chartered executive has made a bold sole prediction, hinting at the coin surging 400% by the end of the year. Wait a minute. Is that in addition to the 500%? Is that what they mean? I wish they would clarify a little bit more. It says hinting at the coin surging by 400% before the end of the year. And they separate that from the 500% that it already has increased. What do you think, folks? You think that can happen before the end of the year? I don't know. I think 2025 is the big year for crypto. The big opportunity for that bull run to pop off and all of these things to explode in price. I don't know if this can happen in 2024. This is while a 400% uptrend would be massive to SOL investors. They try to squeeze some other like token in here I've never even heard of before. I don't know why. They do this in a lot of these articles. You'll be reading about XRP or Solana, and they'll try to squeeze some other token in. Investors of Solana are looking at this other token. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm here to hear about Solana. That's it. Not here for you to sell me another token. And that's dangerous, by the way. So anyway, following its strong bullish trend, there have been numerous SOL price predictions hinting at the coin reaching $200 from its current price of around $140 by the year's end. Is that I'm gonna go as that's a separate prediction. In a recent interview, Jeff Kendrick, a digital asset research executive at Standard Chartered, strongly opined that Solana could experience a massive price uptrend of 400%. Okay, so we shall see what happens. All right, folks. So now let's go here. We'll end off with a little bit of the Bitcoin news, right? Of course, Bitcoin can have its volatility. I'm telling you, we have a lot of positive catalysts, but I think they're going to take longer to kick in. We do have a few negative catalysts that can be felt in its immediacy. We will see if they rear their ugly heads. We don't know. You know, we have to keep up to date with these things and adjust accordingly. So yeah, sure. Could Bitcoin's price have some volatility and go down a little bit? Sure. We will see, right? But long term, super bullish. Bitcoin price eyes sub $65,000 hurdles as metric hints Bitcoin is, quote, going to rip, unquote. Now, that's what I like to hear, right? Now, Bitcoin bulls enjoy more weekend Bitcoin price gains as market cap signals point to a classic bull run comeback. Oh, all right. Now you're talking. Now you're cooking. Bitcoin climbed to multi-day highs on October the 12th as markets mimicked last weekend's dubious upside. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin price action nearing $63,500, up 1.5% on the day, similar behavior to the weekend prior. Bitcoin made strong progress during the October 11th Wall Street trading session after testing $60,000 support for much of the week. Attempting to catch up with the United States equities, Bitcoin shrugged off new U.S. inflationary pressures, even as markets reduced bets on the extent of future interest rate cuts. Quote, initial low was swept and clearly inability to break down so naturally, there's a reversion, unquote. Popular trader Skew, that's a cool name actually, Skew wrote in the latest coverage of 4-hour time frames on X. I like it that a lot of people they're coming up with some cool names lately, in the past few years. I don't know about that, but yeah, lately people have some strong, powerful names. I like that. My father always said there's a lot in a name, right? So choose a good name for yourself. Skew flagged relative strength index RSI scores above 50 and spot demand, key prerequisites for a, quote, move up, unquote. Quote, monthly and weekly open are always pretty pivotal, so very important for buyers to reclaim for another shot at 65,000, unquote, he concluded. What is Bitcoin doing today, folks? You tell me. I haven't looked at the charts today, but I am. At the end of the day, I have a lot of other things I got to do right now. As soon as I cut this video off, I got to go get busy. But after all of those other things get completed, because I will complete my missions for the day, got to go hook up with my battle buddy, and we're going to get that done. So once all of that's done, then I will look at the charts and things of that nature. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.